Angry Joe here, and I'm with Gautier of Blood Bowl 2, one of the developers. Now, I like the game because I did a big old tournament. We fought, we had Total Biscuit in it. We had a bunch of people, Jesse Cox, everybody playing. So we really enjoyed Blood Bowl. Tell me what is new in Blood Bowl 2. Why should we buy it? Why should we care instead of just playing Blood Bowl 1?
Yeah. When creating Blood Bowl 2, we had two main concerns. First of all, our core players who love the first episode. They had some concern about the first episode. They wanted more tools about online league. They wanted more
online leagues.
Yeah.
More features.
More features about online leagues. You know, when someone leaves the league, I cannot fill this hole. And now so all of this we try to fix all what they wanted. And keep really the original rule, the core rule. We are bringing more star player,
more star players.
Yeah.
So you're bringing basically a lot of the player feedback that you got from Blood Bowl 1.
Yeah.
Some of the missing features we'll see in Blood Bowl 2.
Yeah.
You mentioned increased options in the leagues.
Yeah.
Like what? And like what?
With the new league system, you can do approximately anything you want. You can create the format you want. So if you want something quite complex like the NFL, you have some conferences. You can do some groups in these conferences. Cool. You can send some wild card to someone. You have many tools to really shape your league experience the way you want. I told you about the core gamers, but we also have a huge expectation for newcomers, because Blood Bowl, many people are interested by the Blood Bowl idea, football and fantasy.
And, it's great, yeah. I mean, I've always wanted, that kind of stuff. Different races playing football and stuff, and that's exactly what Blood Bowl is. So, do you have any of the old modes that were in the previous Blood Bowl? Do those make a return, all the modes?
We have cleaned it up a bit. Because,
like the Blitz mode, I think it was called?
Yes, that was the Blitz mode. No, we wanted to have one core experience, because, when you are going in many different directions.
So those modes are gone.
Yeah.
So it's just one core experience now.
You have one core experience. Okay. You can still give some option to your own league, but you have no real-time mode now.
No real-time.
It's only.
It wasn't all that great, to be honest.
It was two different games, and it was splitting the community. It was, So we think to make a better experience, we have to focus on what the player really wants.
Okay, so how many teams were in the original Blood Bowl, and by the time you had the expansion, how many teams did we have?
In the Chaos Edition, we reached 23 teams, different races. Yes.
23 different races. Holy moly! Are we going to see all those races in Blood Bowl 2?
All these 23 races won't be available at release. It's a lot of work to create one race. So
it is, and those came out over a few expansions. So what are we getting in the base game?
The game is coming out with. We have already made 8 teams.
8 teams.
And the game has been delayed. It was supposed to come out in June, but we are finally coming out in September to make some final polish. And to apologize to our community, we decided to add 2 more teams to
That's
this.
Nice. Who are those teams?
So the 2 last teams are the Lizard Men and the Wood Elves.
And what were the 8 teams that were already coming?
Human, Orcs, Skaven and Dwarfs, Chaos and Bretonnian. It's a brand new roster which was not available in the first one. Just like Korn, we are trying to bring something new to the Blood Bowl game, while sticking to the original license, and we work in
I like new teams. I want to see the new teams, because the board game is kind of not being supported quite as much. You'll see it in video game form, so that's really the only place we're going to get these new official teams.
And that's really something we want to do, bringing the game back alive to either by new races, but also rules.
New rules?
not for you see making the rules
New events
alive,
like cheerleaders and these kind of
again.
kickoff things.
So if the community we can change the balance of some teams, just try it. Our new rule engine means we can adjust, make adjustment quite easily.
Okay.
So at start we are in a something quite classic. But if we want to try some move like bringing one more troll in the Goblin team and see how it goes, that's something we can do.
And so this time around, and I've seen some of the media on it, it seems as if there's like a single player campaign or a storyline now that we didn't get in previous games. So it's almost like two games. You're getting an upgraded league and multiplayer. Visuals look good. I noticed there seems to be a lot more cutscenes and sort of like, you know, different camera angles when things happen. But we're also getting a single player mode, right? Can you talk a little bit about what happens in that?
Yeah,
and you know how substantial that is?
So the single campaign mode is all about living a great Blood Bowl experience. You are a coach, and it's totally story driven. It's 30 hours long.
So you stick with one team.
You have one team.
You don't pick your team though. It's
it's the Reichland Ravers. And it's where you will learn how to play the game. So the first match are also a small tutorial for new players. You play with this team, and during the campaign you have each match has its own specific events which only happen in the campaign. We want to make all the match memorable, you know.
Is there like a rival team, sort of like, you know, the Americans and the Russians in hockey or something like that?
There is a rival team.
The Mighty Ducks versus the
There is an arch enemy who will try to take over the world, and by playing Blood Bowl you will have to save the world. And
wait, you're serious?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right.
And for example, during a match, you may have a cavalcopter. It's some kind of wooden helicopter driven by a goblin.
Yeah.
Which will crash on the pitch, and you will have the burning wreckage in the middle of the pitch during the match, and you will have to play taking this into your strategy. You have to move around it and push the opponents inside
it. So different things can happen on the battlefield now that we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Okay.
It only happens in the campaign, and every match has its own event and their own cutscene.
Was there anything new that you wanted to mention in the game, like cheerleaders or any new mechanics that you guys have added?
The management part of the game also feature many new interesting mechanics that the league can use or not. We have a player market system, so when the competition is over, you will be able to
draft
buy
players,
buy and sell players to all other teams. So
that's cool.
We have an official ladder. Everybody in it will be able to see this top player. I want to spend all my treasury to buy it. It's my.
And if you could do something for me, if you could just nerf the lizard men so that Krendor cannot win anymore, that would be great. Thanks. No, I'm just playing. So when does it come? Oh no, do it. Do it. I didn't know you'd take it serious. No, I'm just playing. No, just our game in our league. Go in and.
Too many people would kill me. And lizardmen are cool, so I don't want to nerf them.
Yeah. So when does the game come out? When is it finally released? And you said September?
Yes.
September
the
of this
game
year.
is coming out on the 22 of September in the US and Europe. And
it's on what systems is it going to be out for?
PC, on PS4 and Xbox One. PS4 and Xbox One get a retail version, while the PC is a Steam version.
Okay. And are you guys planning on doing expansions for the fans who have teams that aren't in the game yet? Are we seeing DLC, or are we going to see expansions for those other teams?
Right now, it's not defined yet. We mostly are aiming for a DLC system. So we create new races. You have a patch which brings these races to everyone. But if you want to create a team of this race, you have to take the DLC. So you will see new content all the time, and you may only pick the race that you are interested in.
Okay, so as long as it's reasonably priced, I don't see a problem with that. And
it's not defined in stone yet, but it's what we are aiming at right now.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak
Yeah.
with us, and we'll see you guys on the next Angry Joe show.
Angry Joe!
This is the end of the line.